Go green, go green, go green. Come on, YouTube, go green. Let me see you're actually getting something. Yay, it says it's getting something. Tank was still loading. The save at least though, not it's not the game itself that's still coming up. Alright. So there. Now it just needs to do its hooking thing. Huh? What the hell? It just showed that I got the Stygian Looker bonus things now. Okay. A little weird. Yeah. Oh. I am just constantly bumping the wrong buttons. Alright. Oh, this has been a weird week. Just been busy enough. I have not been able to... What the hell? Why can't I not attack? Okay, now I can. There we go. Alright. I've been busy with work that I haven't been able to write up as much news. I have been seeing some things that I just wasn't finding time to write up. Like, one thing that I saw that apparently a retailer put up a price for the 32-core 64-thread Threadripper. What is... I think it's very reasonable to say that's the 2990X. I think that is one rumor that makes absolute perfect sense. The price put in, which could just be a filler price and is not real, would put it at around $1,500. This is something like 1,500 euros, but as one person pointed out, even though that would translate to about $700, fairly often you see those numbers actually match each other between euros and dollars. And I think it was in a stream back near Computex, I was saying that depending on this clock speed, it's like that could make sense, and that would be a very aggressive price. I mean, even for me, depending on the clock speed, that could be a, like, yeah, why don't you... Oh man, I just had a funny idea too. It would make me consider it more, although, depending, it might be necessary to also upgrade the motherboard. In which case, then it's like, well, I'm building a new computer. The Zenith Extreme I have would be able to run it without issue. It's when overclocking, though, the power delivery might not be good enough. But still, just consider it. You know, $1,500 for 32 cores, 64 threads. And what just dawned on me that would also be kind of interesting is what might be like, would you be able to disable the SMT? So it's just the 32 cores, 32 threads. Because I know in some cases, people knows, and this was a while ago, I want to say, I remember this being, that people found that you could get, like, was it better overclocking out of chips, out of Intel chips if you disabled it in if you disabled hyperthreading? That could be interesting, though, if that were the case. But, yeah, that is going to end up being an interesting product to see in existence. Okay. Let's destroy this. Now destroy them. What else was this? I mean, I still am of the opinion, though, that even at $1,500, it's like, I wouldn't need to... I don't need that. I'd be more interested in seeing what is the new 16-core 32-thread, the 2950X, which, you know, it would be interesting if there would end up being two versions of the 16-core, where one is basically one CCX enabled on each of the 4 dies, and another where it's no, both are enabled, but only 2 dies are enabled. You know, basically what the 1950X is right now. That could be interesting. Oh, I just realized that. But yeah, it is just... What's the expectation? August or September? For the launch? I'm just like, that is going to be an interesting time. That's going to be a very, very interesting time. No. Is it this one then? Yes, I need to return and talk to someone. See, this is the thing where I needed to go and talk to the guy that's up in the upper right. Oh, and that's another thing. I don't know what I might do if I do anything. But it's really cool to see the news out of Toby that they're doing something new with the
You've nothing to do with those
the overlay, the gaze tracking overlay, that it can work with a Twitch extension, so that people can control it, can actually disable the gaze tracking overlay and such and change
and don't
its
let it be said that the
awesome.
Resistance does not pay its debts. I have other tasks if you're interested.
Nah. Oh wait, no, that's right. The thing's over here. Oh, I need to talk to him again.
It has been rough on us, but we have friends. I like you. And there's someone I think you should meet, but you have to have the proper introductions.
Okay,
we
yeah,
cannot
so I
let
need
just
to find
anyone seek a thought.
that guy, which he is just up here.
And now a mortal.
Which is the thing I didn't realize.
Take you these demons.
Well, it just knows I have a book on my back. What the heck is this? Ah, okay, that makes some sense then.
Callicrates is a bleeding heart. He cares about the future of his people. I care about the future of me. I will take your help, but you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to do? If you want to...
Great, doing all that. I forgot what I was just talking about. Oh yeah, the gaze tracking. Yeah, I don't know. If I do something, it might be tomorrow that I try doing like a test stream. Yeah, because I've been doing for basically since I got the tracker, the Toby Tracker 4C. I've been doing videos with the gaze tracking, and hopefully I'll be doing 2 or 3 new sets next week. I'm not scheduled to work next week. So I'm hoping to take advantage of that time to do this stuff. But I could try doing something like that. I just don't know what game I'd stream. And it's only Twitch, which is a little annoying to me. I mean, nothing against Twitch, it's just so much easier for me to do YouTube. Just, I like there being the archive. And with Twitch, I have to go in and tell it to send it over to YouTube in order to do that. And that's just, it's annoying. It's an annoying extra step I don't actually want to have to do. Even it is the dominant platform. Plus, I think I typically am streaming at a higher bitrate than Twitch actually allows without being a partner. Because at least it used to be a 6 megabit cap. Right now this is 7. That's what I have this configured for. My actual upload speed is supposed to be at 10. And typically that's where it's actually at. It's my download speed that that the ISP lets be much higher. So yeah, I think I can go up to 10 without be maxing out the connection, which would be stupid. But yeah. Let's see. Was it also this week that the prototype NVIDIA board? Or was that last week? That might have been this week. It's been a busy week. It could have been this week. I just don't realize it. Don't remember. Yeah, that's definitely cool to see. Basically, somebody either took a picture of a real NVIDIA prototype PCB for a GPU, for a graphics card, or somebody faked one nicely. Though it could have been real and just old as well, I guess. That if it is of an 1100 series GPU, so the next GeForce series, it would have, well, based on what is showing, the 12 gigabyte of GDDR6 on a 384 bit bus, memory bus, and it would work out to be like 14 gigabit per second memory there. I think that's what it said. But there's some weird things about it. One is it having 3 8-pin connectors, which isn't on its own so weird. That's something I can talk about. But having the NVLink connector though, which it's, you know, it's a bunch of connectors that are on the top of the PCB, kind of like where the SLI connectors go, but it's NVLink, which NVIDIA uses for the like data center cards for connecting things. So it's much higher bit. Yeah, it has a much higher bandwidth than SLI does. So is that they want to get rid of SLI and go to that? Or is it just there because it's there? It's like it could just be that their prototype boards are all identical. And so, you know, they need that there for the professional cards, so they just have them there. Or I guess technically it would be enterprise cards. But I mean, that makes more sense to me. That makes no sense to me. That it's just there because they don't make specialized GeForce boards for prototypes. I mean, just that makes sense to me. A lot more sense than them trying to keep SLI going like that, because it's like DirectX 12 and Vulkan have explicit multi-adapters, which should make SLI and Crossfire less necessary, if have any excuse to exist. In fact, what was it? Some people had noticed, I remember seeing this months ago, that the use of the word technology Crossfire, like just it being present in certain documentation, had seemingly vanished for AMD. And when they actually did release a comment on it eventually, just saying that, yeah, it's because we don't see it existing in a DirectX 12 world, in DirectX 12 and Vulkan world, because it's not needed. You do explicit multi-adapter, sorry. So, based on that, AMD's stance seems to be it's not going to exist for too much. Well, it will continue to exist as long as DirectX 11 continues to be used, which may or may not be a long time. How old is DirectX 12 now? Like 2 or 3 years old, and you still seeing DirectX 11 used? I think at least we have gone away from DirectX 9. I think that has finally occurred. But, you know, who knows? Maybe because of, I could see it being blamed on id Tech. That it's like, people are enjoying the performance out of the id Tech engine that's using Vulkan now. That it's like, yeah, we need to go to DirectX 12 so we're better.
A human hero, and not even dead yet. First the Shades came to me for help with their little resistance, and now a mortal wants to do me a favor. Fine. There's an envoy carrying an important message to Presea in the overworld. It is destined for the Daemon army camp. Most likely you will find it passing through the Veil of Mourning.
Okay. But yeah, the 3 8-pin though, on that prototype board, might mean something, or very easily doesn't mean anything at all. it probably doesn't mean much of anything. Wow. This guy needs better armor. Shit. So, what is most likely what is very reasonably the case, it's hard to say what's most likely the case. The three 8-pins might be there just basically make sure this thing always is able to have enough power. Especially when trying to push it. It was weird. WCCF Tech, which is the source that I used, I don't remember seeing any others. Said that it might be for overclocking. It's still figuring out its speed, and it's like, I don't. I would hope that it would be further along than that, but you know, well, I guess yeah. If it's a prototype board, it's not that far along. But it's still that 3/8 can supply up to 450 watts on their own, because it's just 3 times 150 watts, and that's within spec, which, as I discovered when seeing stuff with the RX 480 because that was a 6-pin and the PCI Express slot, which both the PCI Express slot and a 6-pin connector can supply 75 watts, so 150 watts total. But some people were noticing that it was actually going above that when it was first released, and some people really overreacted to that. But one thing that was talked about was how, yeah, the spec is for 75 watts, but the board manufacturers over-engineer those things, and power supply manufacturers over-engineer those things. You can pass a lot more power through the slot and over those lines. Plus the way the 6-pin connector was set up, it could actually take 150 watts on it if the BCU connector was also wired correctly for it. There's a lot of empty pins or grounds on the 8-pin connector, so you can actually get it down to 6. Okay, so it sort of looked like there was a health potion there. And also, because of the whole, it's like, yeah, they over-engineered them. I don't remember where it was, but somewhere decided, you know what, let's actually see this. They found as old a board as they could, which I want to say was an AM2 or AM2 Plus board. Stuck it on that and had the thing running constantly for weeks to see if it would fail, if it would draw too much power, and it never did. The thing was fine. It's like, yeah, there is no realistic risk to your components. It is out of spec, but it's not going to kill things. And then, yeah, part of why I said overreacting was that I don't remember where it was though, but how some people were describing it as completely unsolved. That Polaris is just dead. The RX 480 is a complete failure. There's no way to fix this at all. And then it was, I think, a week or two after that comment that AMD put out something, a driver update, BIOS update for it that just changed how the VRMs cycle. Where there was a bank that was off of the PCI Express slot, and then a bank off of the plug, the 6-pin plug. And originally it would cycle off of them equally, so it would drain one VRMs and drain the other, then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because they act as like capacitors where they charge up. They changed it so it's just 2 to 1, so it would draw power from the 6-pin twice before it would draw from the PCI Express slot, and it's like, yeah, now the load is significantly lower on it. It's like, yeah, solved. It's like, see, you can solve some things that some may say are hardware problems as software, but then also some people noticed that what else may have been going on was just because Apple uses AMD, that it's possible that Apple just bought up all the most efficient Polaris GPUs because they need it for their products, because you can't put something that is inefficient in their iMacs and such. Okay, this thing is getting really annoying. There. Hey, and I need that. Go right there. Alright, what else is there? There's definitely that. That is... You had 2 articles come out this week. One piece that I wrote down for so long. Oh man. The Vega efficiency article, which was the reason I worked on that was from when I did that analysis in Wolfenstein 2, when I saw that with chill I could get down to that 75 watts. 75 watts of power. So basically off the PCI Express slot. But that's just for the ASIC itself. So there's still the board power, the fan takes some power, and all that. I don't know how much that adds up to.
You have succeeded, where I have failed again. I came here to rescue these shades, but was captured myself. I failed at every heroic act I ever tried. I thought I would never see the great fields of Elysium, but this war has given me another chance.
But yeah, inspired by that, I do not know what the board power is. I wish I did, but I don't.
This cannot be opened.
But man, that thing took me so long to do. In part because it's like, oh man, I screwed something up. I need to redo an entire set. Even. It's like I have the Killing Floor 2 stock results was so weird that I have Killing Floor 2 -weird as a folder of this stuff, because it's like, what the hell is this? This doesn't make any sense. And then I redid all of it, and it's like, nope, same results. I still have all the weird data though. I just didn't use it. And that's the whole at stock. I actually have it using less power. Basically, once going below like 130 FPS is the target. But yeah, it is very interesting. I'm very, very glad that I went through and did all that work, because just finding that was like, what the hell? It's so interesting to me. Although I wish I knew why and how the one page that's supposed to have all the graphs and all the data correct. I don't know. I have put together what should be correct HTML with everything back in, and I sent that because I can't edit the article now that it's live. But hopefully it can be fixed. And will be fixed soon, but we'll see. We'll have to see. But yeah, just so weird. Now it's stock with Killing Floor 2. Under those conditions, it draws less power. I mean, it's like, seriously, when you first look at that graph and you see that it's gray, that the bars are gray, it's like, the reason why is because I haven't set the gradient, because it's a custom gradient from blue up through green to red. I have it to be blue at 75 watts, and there's a little bit of range that can go below that, and it's still colored. It went so damn low, it's outside that range. It is actually outside of the gradient. That's why it went gray. It's like, that's very nuts. Huh? Huh. I got the achievement 50 Shades. Free 50 Shades from prison. That's only a little creepy. Okay, there it is. I'm pretty sure yes, I remember what's in here. I'm gonna hate if I remember Maybe I'm not remembering correctly. But if I am remembering correctly, I think that's back there. I'm gonna hate this. I might not be remembering correctly, though. That is technically possible. I mean, true, this guy might have a better chance. But, man, the other guy, it was just painful. But yeah, so that a look at Vegas. Was it just Vega efficiency? Now I don't remember. And I want to look. No, a look at RX Vega 64 efficiency, because I specifically have a RX Vega 64. I don't have a 56, which could be more efficient. And it is. I have not overclocked. I have not overclocked a GPU for years. I have this undervolted. I will raise the power limit on a GPU, and just because then its own algorithms can figure that out. But I have not explicitly overclocked a GPU for years. CPUs, yes. RAM, yes. Technically, it's weird. Is it really overclocking? Well, I mean, it is, but when it's RAM that's been tested at an overclock, is that really overclocking? It's like it's running a Silicon Lottery CPU that you know can run at a higher speed at that speed. Is that overclocking still? Does it count? I don't know. RAM is kind of weird in that way. But yeah, that took a lot of time for me to put together. I'm very glad I did it. I hope that people find it interesting. But also this week was a guide I put together that I thought about doing a while ago. But then I did this stuff with Middle-earth Shadow 4, and it's like, yep, I'm doing this now. Because that, oh my god, that with its DLC is massive. That is, I'm pretty sure it's 105 gig. I could go and look right now, I just don't feel like it. And it's like, that inspired me to be like, you know what, actually sit down and write that damn guide on things that you can do to cut the install size. Things like removing videos that you know you don't need, localizations, that can actually really add up. There are some games that's a few gig of localizations that you don't need. I only need the English ones. Why is Chinese on here as well? Because it's not set up so that you don't download what you don't need. It's set up so you do download it all. It's like, that is something I want to say that Steam already has the ability to identify, like, you only need this, only don't download this, but not enough companies use it. Okay, yeah, this is pain. This is why. See? That is why this is just pain. Because it just repeatedly murders you that way. So you don't get to do damage to it, basically. That is what happens. But I'm gonna kill it. What time am I at? I'm at half an hour, roughly. Yeah. So while it was Shadow of War that, and by the way, I have not, the main thing that article came to was the compacting, so the compression. I have not done that with Shadow of War, and I probably won't, because that is so big, I don't know if it is feasible to do it. What I mean is that I can't just like tell it to do it, because if it has to like make a copy of the file or something on that drive to do it safely, there's like 5 gig left on that drive. So that doesn't seem very, very feasible. It's like that one thing in Victor Van. But that was a lot easier. But yeah, some of that stuff, like Path of Exile going down to under a gig, although It depends. Sometimes they have been adding more content to it, so that would eat into that. This game though, you cannot, and I don't remember if I mentioned it by name in the article or not. You cannot do the compacting on Titan Quest. At least I can't. Every time I've tried, it breaks it. And sometimes it just breaks on its own as well, where just some of the audio doesn't play. That's what happens. I have no idea why, but that's what happens. Plus, I want to say that when I have done it, it doesn't get me much. Rocket League is similar. There's no issue. It doesn't. It like saves maybe 200 meg. It's not worth it at all. What other games? I did it with Ashes of Singularity. I think that might be like a gig or two it gets. It's not that much, but it is still something. But yeah, it's a neat thing to know about. But I never use it on a game that I'm reviewing while reviewing, just in case it leads to any issues. It's like, nope, I cannot. I want to try to show the game the best light, which is also why it's like I'm willing to take a performance hit to have higher graphics quality, because it's like, no, I want to show it in its best light like that. Especially if it's still, like, yeah, it's playable to me, it just may not be a solid 60 all the time. Damn it. Okay.
You can't hold anymore.
Oh, you. Alright. Well, we need to take care of this. Yes.
Made up your mind?
Don't think I want any of those.
Hermes take you far from here.
Your star is on the rise, if Cothonimus spoke with you.
Welcome, mortal.
Well, take that there. What's that? Huh. Yeah, I also did some sorting in here.
Ghostly stores for earthly goods.
This actually gives me more health somehow. Health regen. It really would be nice if the rebirth fountains just staying near them gave increased health. It would make sense too. It wouldn't be unfair. I want to drop off that stone. Yeah, the other character, 30. I meant 30 health regen. Oh, it's so nice. I still get killed, but it's just, oh man, just seeing the numbers fly by. So I had an interesting conversation earlier today with my brother, because he recently got himself an Xbox One X. He wanted a 4K and HDR supporting Blu-ray player, because he recently got a 4K HDR television. And you know, why not get the Xbox One X or Xbox One S? But I was like, really, why not just? He has the money. Why not get the? Why not get the better? No. This one.
Hades is a clever god.
But he was asking me, you know, about what games he should maybe try getting for it, especially because he doesn't necessarily want to have Xbox Live Gold all the time. And it was definitely interesting going through the list. Some games, because he wants to be able to play Overwatch with a friend of his, but he wants a single-player first-person shooter so that he can play as well to get more used to doing that. I didn't realize that Wolfenstein: The New Order is on there. It is available on the Xbox One. I mean, it makes sense that it would be. I just didn't realize it, and it's like, yes, that... I'm very serious when I say that that is a better game than New Colossus. At least as far as gameplay and story goes, it's better. The graphics of New Colossus are superb, as is the performance. Actually, no, I don't want to put it there. I want to put it up here. But New Order gameplay and story is so much better. It just is. But he may also pick up Doom for it as well, which is a game I have that. I still need to play it. I actually want to do some recordings in it, which is in a way kind of unfortunate because that means I'll have to do it with OpenGL instead of Vulkan, unless I did capture the monitor, which is not ideal. And I hope that they figure out how to hook into Vulkan properly before long. Alright, so now up here.
Psyche's mirror. Thank you. Let me look. He is imprisoned. Arato cast him into a dark pit and he is guarded by Cyclops and other foul creatures. Please, save Orpheus.
He's actually right
with the
over
power
here.
in this mirror. I will open the portal.
See? I mean, true, I guess that is a portal there, but it's just... It's not like other portals where you had to click on them to be teleported somewhere. It's just, you walk through it. Alright. Come on, let me move, let me move. There we go. But, also was talking to get, The Witcher 3, because that is just... The Witcher 3 is a wonderful game, and I do need to replay that at some point. And the DLC. But then also I need to play Prey, and I did decide to pick up Assassin's Creed Origins, the Gold Edition, so I'll have the expansions, the DLC for it as well. Pick that up in the Steam Summer Sale. Consider picking up another few games, but it's like, you know what, nah, because at least with Origins, it's like that, I can turn that into a review. These other games would just be, for me, it's like, I have enough games. I don't need more.
When I failed to bring my love back to the world of light, I wandered the earth singing dirges. All who heard my songs wept. I sought solitude and made camp at the base of Mount Helicon to sing my sadness to the sky. Yet still, the
Orpheus! Stay with me, darling. Together we shall show those around us that the power of love...
Alright. No, that's what...
You've nothing to do with those demons, have you?
Alright, and... there.
Ghostly stores for earthly goods.
Want to sell the hammers, head back out, and...
Hermes,
I can probably
take
just
you
go to
far
the next
from here.
rebirth fountain. And stop there. And I'm also just trying to think, what else is there from this week to talk about? I'm sure that there is plenty. I am sure there is plenty. More rumors putting the GeForce 1100 series at September, apparently. which hopefully will live up to the hype. I mean, it's just... I'm sorry, I just find it amusing and annoying how people complain about Vega being 2 U's. You know, it taking 2 U's for that to come out. It's like, we're at 2 U's for Pascal, and no one's complaining. At least not with that. They're just saying, oh, we want it, we want it, we want it. It's like, it's not it's been 2 years, come on. Nothing like that. Yeah, it's... Oh. Okay, I'm gonna keep going a little bit. Let me go up this way. If there was one thing I could find, I didn't realize that there was a fountain that close. There's one thing that if I find that, I can take care of that, and then I'll stop. And it should be new. It should be new. It might actually be back closer to the fountain then. Oh, one thing my brother and I will try tomorrow, actually, is, because I got that, still have the Lenovo headset, might try, see what that does with the Xbox One X. I know I saw something this week even saying that they've, Microsoft isn't going to push for VR on the One X. Which, on the one hand, is disappointing, on the other, it's not surprising, realistically. I mean, come on. Can we be surprised by that? I hope not. Oh, I just realized I could talk about that, too. So, I got the replacement cooler this week. I'm not putting it in yet, because what the H110 I'm using is working fine. I should, at some point, mess around with the overclock, see if I can go above the 3.7 I've been going at. Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't like having to swap out coolers. Okay, yes, the thing's right here. Aha! I find him. Kill. Shit, you may kill me. Let me move. Alright, there. Alright. There. Now I need to go back to that demon guy, the neutral one that's all the way back down there, and turn that in. But I won't do it now because there's some stuff that's coming up that may disrupt certain things. But if I might try, you know, installing that if I do find that it works. And I talked about it for you last week, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago as well. Graphite-based thermal pads that can compete with some thermal interface materials, some greases for that. Okay.
I sent one of my strongest messengers with that message, yet you defeated him. Good work. Now the Resistance can use this information to raid another supply line, and the raid cannot be traced back to me. After all, the message was intercepted by a mortal.
Hey, I leveled up. I don't think I need... Yeah, I don't need to go and turn that back in. Alright. Let's look at this stuff then. You know, I should just focus on getting this filled out. Alright. I'm gonna just get back up to the thing. But yeah, so that stuff is, in theory, the graphite pads, in theory, can, not the top end TIMs, but middle. But the thing is, you don't have to worry about applying too much or too little. It's solid state. And that is the one thing that I hate. It's also cleaner, although you, from what I've seen, it's like you do want to use like a drop, you know, a little bit of TIM as just a paste to hold it in place for you. Yeah, there wasn't another down there. But it's still, that's That's very appealing to me. But still, this whole episode just makes me think about maybe just going with a custom system. Oh, wait, I want to go over here to sell. I don't know. My current setup, because I have the case under my desk, it would be way too inconvenient to have to monitor that and make changes to it potentially. It's just, yeah. But
Ghostly
if
stores
that changes,
for
then that
earthly
makes a
goods.
difference.
Welcome, mortal.
Oh, I don't have any of the gears over here. Those are all over there. Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay. Well, then that'll be it. Alright, so pop down to this. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. It's working. Everything's working fine now, so I don't need to do anything just yet. It's just, trying to get it work better. Anyway, should see. Oh, you know what? One thing I can mention, because I'm looking at it right now. The cutting game install size guide. That's the thing I was talking about for, like, with the compacting, the compression there, and how awesome that is. The 2 pie charts on it, which are meant to resemble, like, in Windows, was it 7? Definitely in XP. The pie chart there would be shown to tell you how much space you have used and free on your drives. That's what it's meant to resemble. That actually is the difference for my Steam folder. Like, the one on the left, that's what it looks like without the compression. The one on the right, where it looks like it's 50/50, that is with the compression. That is actually why it's like that. It's not just made up wedges. That's what it is. Alright, see you next time.